Welcome to 2026.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to our original episode, first episode in TAFTOBY, Tales from the Ones Before You. And today I'm joined by my very good friend, Olayinka Moses, and I'm your humble host, Shitabi Ayodeji. And for this video, this is my co-host for this episode.
Yes, as you already said, I'm Olayinka Moses, and I've known him for a very, very long while. So he has chosen me to be his interviewer for this episode, and we'll just try to get to know who is Ayodeji Shitabi.
Yeah.
And like where does TAFTOBY come from, the idea, the concept, and how does that relate to you as a person? How does it relate to your identity? Is it something that's related to your core values, or is it something that's more on the surface?
Yeah.
So
Hopefully,
we'll try to get to know.
yeah. Hopefully, we'll try to get to know this. This is more of it's a conversation piece, but at the same time, Olayinka Moses is going to be asking a lot of questions because I know what TAFTOBY is and all that, but I know our guests, the audience.
Yeah, so it's more of so the audience would get a better understanding of both you and the podcast.
Yeah. So in this interview is representing the audience.
Yeah.
Questions that you may have and just to better understand, me and what the network is all about. So thank you very much for honoring our invitation for today. And how would you like to get started?
Firstly, let's start from, because we're in Finland.
Yeah.
Let's start from Finland.
Okay.
Because if I'm to guess, I would say TAFTOBY is more of like bringing the community together and creating a platform where we can live our digital legacy and like personal digital ideas. That's from my perspective. But
okay.
But I would like to know from because we live in Finland, and I'm sure you plan to reach out to people in Finland first and then extend it. So how does this? What is this to Finland? How does this relate to Finland? Let's start from there, and then we go more to the bigger picture.
Okay. Maybe I should start. Okay, I'll answer the question. At the end of the day, I think my goal for TAFTOBY as a network, is community building and community sharing via storytelling.
Okay.
Storytelling comes in different forms, and maybe later we'll get into those forms. But it's not specifically for Finland, because we have people that they specialize in the stories about daily living and everything like that in Finland. Okay. But it's more of telling a story, not just limited to us as Africans. It's capturing a moment. Everyone can learn something from someone's story. You don't have to be like extremely famous for people to learn something very valuable from the story. So TAFTOBY is not a Finland chapter. It's a global chapter. It's just I'm starting with those around me.
Exactly.
I've also reached out to some of my friends in Nigeria, and they've agreed also to have remote interviews. So I'm going to, I'll make mistakes along the way, and then we'll see how it goes, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because from where I stand, I saw it as more of a communal thing. But from your explanation,
it's a community.
Yeah,
it's a network of different people, and hopefully that helps people also. So people helping people.
Yeah, that's why it's nice to get it from your own perspective.
Yeah.
That it's beyond African. It's beyond Finland.
Yeah.
It's more of a general, more globalized idea. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because I understand the movement of how powerful false bias can be, but I don't also want to isolate us, because yes, we can pull each other's strength to do things, but at the end of the day, we live in a global society.
Yeah, the world is beyond us.
Yeah, so there's things we can do, but I don't think we should live in isolation or limited. Yeah, exactly.
To just people I know.
Because there's people, but in Finland, for example.
Yeah.
So some of the stories and experience I'm pulling from people in Finland.
Yeah.
So I have a Finnish touch to it also.
Yeah.
But there's people that are also Nigerians, Africans.
Yeah.
That they don't live in Finland. They may be living in the UK, or they might be still in Nigeria.
And then some ideas can just be lost in perspective.
Yeah. So it's about their story and everyone getting a different perspective.
Okay.
Because I think perspective is key, or perspective is like when you get on that perspective, then you have a wholesome experience.
I do get it. I do get it now that you explain it. Also, I think we should know you as a person. Okay. And then we come back to how you as a person relates to this idea. Yeah. So you as a person, let me give my perspective of you. Okay. You as a person, you one of my most level-headed friends, and just people I know generally. Okay. And you are very intentional. Sometimes. Well, comparing. So if I'm to relate you to this idea, I would say this is, and it does sound like an intentional idea. That's why I said we should then know about you, and then see how this relates to the idea. Yeah. So you tell from your perspective, who is Ayodeji Shitabe? Ayodeji Shitabe, first of all, is I'm a dad. Yes. So I guess that's the more important thing. Yeah. I'm also a husband. Yes. And I'm a son. Mm. And I'm a brother also. And then maybe lastly, I'm a friend. Yeah. I mean, families, like, I'm a family guy, then I'm a friend. Yeah. And, I'm always curious about different things. Even from a very young age. I think every child is curious about a lot of things. And I'm fortunate that I'm still curious about a lot of things. So it gives me excitement to actually think about things and want to find out more about things. But I found out early on that I need to get a bit out of my comfort zone to communicate with people. But I don't like talking about every subject. I like talking about some subjects, especially subjects that satisfy my curiosity. Okay. So I think this was always going to be something in one way or form. Maybe not exactly like this. Yeah. But it was going to be at some point, because, off camera, we talk a lot about things, businesses and things like that. Mm-hmm. Then it just dawned on me, okay, how about you put it on camera? Yeah. But this idea wasn't the original idea. I thought TAFTOBY was going to be a book club. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. But me as a person, I'm a quiet person. I like being quiet. I respect people. I don't expect this. I won't say I expect. I respect people, and hopefully they respect me in return. And I just love doing my thing. I guess. I mean,
Is there what else is there to it? Is there more to it? Is there more information you're looking for?
Yeah, because I'm trying to see how your personality is connected to the TAFTOBY right now.
Oh, okay.
Is like you said, you are interested in like topics that satisfy your curiosity.
Yeah.
So are these episodes only going to be related to things that you are curious about, or you're willing to go beyond that and see what other people are curious about?
Okay. So I'm an introvert, but I don't want to sound too philosophical or anything like that. But I think there's a spectrum. There's people on each end of that spectrum.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat in the middle. I thought I was on the very extreme end of introvert, but when I started like a small business back in school, I needed to talk to people. I was selling shoes. So I found out that actually I'm not like a very core introvert. If it's going to help my survival at that point, I'm going to speak with a lot of people. So that's one thing. And I'm curious about things I would say is beneficial, not just to me, but I think my family and my friends also. So every information is useful in some way, but not every information is useful to me.
Okay.
So and I'm constantly thinking about a couple things, and sometimes even in the moment, in the present, my mind is away.
Okay.
So when I started thinking of TAFTOBY was in 2023.
Okay.
I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks. I listen to some audiobooks now, but it's not like before. Before I used to listen to at least one audiobook every 2 days.
Examples.
I mean, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I've listened to that audiobook like twice or 3 times now.
Okay.
I've listened to some autobiographies, Rockefeller, Elon Musk.
So they kind of inspired this.
Yeah, because I mean, not exactly, but I was curious about a couple things, and then my dad and my daughter, but starting my dad, inspired this. So he has a Facebook page. I didn't know about this until he told me.
Okay.
Where he writes like his thoughts and things like that.
Okay.
Like he was just writing as a post, earlier forms of Facebook and things like that.
Okay.
Many years ago. And I read some of them. I was like, wow, okay. Because when he told me about it, I was thinking of doing something like similar, but as a book club, but also as a book club, like reviewing books and extracting the moral lessons from those books or the major points of those books, and spreading it out into like a weekly content.
Okay.
As like a newsletter or a blog post.
Okay.
So that was my initial thinking of what TAFTOBY is. Why did I think like that? Because during NYSC, while I was preparing to come to Finland, during NYSC, I used to do that for the church.
Okay.
But it wasn't a 7-day thing. It was just a weekly thing. Mm-hmm. So I'll read a book and a core message, a couple core message, I'll merge it with some scriptures and it will become a sermon.
Okay.
So it's like Open Heavens or something like that. For those of you in Nigeria that know about Open Heavens or Rhapsody or something like that. Yeah. So I was doing it for the youth church. Mm-hmm. And then that was something similar I wanted to do here. So I found out that, okay, everyone wants to tell a story and everyone has a story to tell. Mm-hmm. Just that there's different ways of saying it. Yeah. The same thing. You can say it via text. You can say it via video. Mm-hmm. You can illustrate it through art, drawings, and things like that. Even through music. Mm. So that's when my mind a bit opened up that, okay, this can be more than just a blog or a newsletter. It can be things that I'm also curious about, how to learn, like business and finance and like art, music, things that I'm interested in, but also things that, because sometimes I listen to some people's stories and I'm moved that, okay, wow, you went through this and, people that we both know and things like that. So I was like, okay, this can actually be, maybe I start with a podcast, but I didn't just want it to be a podcast because I still wanted the book club to be included into it at some point in the future, because it started in 2023, but I didn't just put out anything yet. I was just working on the books. I have a couple book reviews I've done. Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe this is a network because there's different segments to it. Okay. There's the video segment, there's the newsletter or blog segment, things like that. So yeah, and I'm doing all of this for now alone. It's a lot. I won't lie, but hopefully with time, as the community grows, then there can be inclusion. Everyone, I don't mind someone chipping in, maybe they have an idea or something, or like, okay, I know you need to do videography. Okay, can teach me a couple of things. And things like that. But I'm making
the pieces.
Yeah, so it's almost like an open source thing where if you are a contributor, then we just contribute and share and do things together.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay. As you've been speaking, when you mentioned your dad is a little Facebook thing where it's brought me to your catchphrase, tales from the one before.
Yeah, tales from the ones before you.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that might have been what inspired that catchphrase.
Yeah, initially yes, and then so that's from the past.
Yeah,
and then to the present, which is me, and to the future, which is my daughter.
Okay.
Because at some point, there's a lot of things that kids don't know about their parents.
Okay.
Like something new that my dad showed me about himself.
Yeah, exactly.
And someday in the future, maybe she gets to watch me and the episodes and things like that that we do. Because for now in 2026, I'm going to kick off with a mini biography series. And it sounds I like the trajectory I'm on because I'm learning a lot. Like I said, I like things that satisfy my curiosity. Yeah. I always wanted to make music, so seeing tools that are out today that makes things easier. I mean, this in 2023, I for the first time started designing like flyers and some things like that through Canva, the app, and now I found another app that I'm using to record videos, and it's a bit easier to edit. So I'm just looking around, seeing what resources are available to me because it's just me now, so I have to try to work smart, as smart as possible. So
for now, even this project, it's also still a learning process. It is.
2026 is going to be a learning year for me.
Okay.
Because there is the designing of the flyers of the social media apps, things I'm doing by myself with Canva. And this video I'm recording on Riverside is another app. And I found another app that I can use, a studio, online studio I can use to make music also. I know it's hard, but it's like every way the platform is a storytelling, a story sharing thing. So you can share stories in different forms through art, music, or drawings, or paintings.
Okay, so
through many forms.
So if I'm to put all of this together, are we saying this is a platform for people to share their stories and tales so others could learn? But for you on a more personal level, it's more of a digital footprint of you. Also, at this stage of your life, a learning process.
Yes, there's so many things in one, and I know it might be confusing. Because I think maybe at the beginning, everyone, maybe not everyone, but you do so much, and then as time goes on, your idea gets more and more refined. Yes, and then you narrow down into something. So it's like maybe that's the point I am now. I'm doing so much, and later I narrow down to something.
Yeah, it totally makes sense to me, and that's why I'm trying to also like put the pictures together in my head and make a sense of the canvas. Because generally as humans, we always start with a rough idea and then we refine it as we go. And for even the listeners, that's how they start every big thing. So
they're basically coming along this journey with me, basically.
Yes.
Because there's a lot. If you watch a video of this guy that does tech reviews from 10 years ago, this dude just started on like his phone or something. This is my case.
I think I know the guy.
And now he's in like really, really crazy gadget. Yeah. And I'm not saying like I'm probably going to be on that channel. I'm not saying like I just want to satisfy curiosity and see.
Yeah, I guess
where it could go.
I get the picture. And like for true experience, I can tell most impactful platforms are those whose the the ones who begin them, they have like an attachment to it. They have a personal story to it.
Yep.
Because then they are more involved, both emotionally and intellectually. And when you're that, people might be more willing to show up and to share their stories, and to because nobody wants to like interact with somebody who's not going to be like intellectually and emotionally available to listen. To give it back and forth and to whatever the topic might be.
Exactly. So that's why this I mean, if because some people have asked me, who is this for? And I think the only thing one of many things I say in common is those that are curious, those that want to just learn something, or those that are patient enough to assimilate knowledge from people's lives. Because those are the ones before you, it just sounds like a sentence, but everyone can relate to that sentence from ancestors. Don't let me say ancestors, because some people be thinking of 200 years ago, but from your dad or your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, there's some knowledge not just about the family, but about their lived experiences that has passed down from generation to generation. Some families would hear that and understand what I mean. I mean, there's heritage that I know about my family from 5 generations ago. So it's part of the tales from the ones before you. And also, you're still passing knowledge on to the next generation. So they also get to carry on legacy and history. So in a way, this is a storytelling production thing, and both present and past, and hopefully in the future. And we get to tell the story in different ways. And storytelling is also tied to many things, even history. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's for now, it's so broad a subject. Because storytelling is so broad. You just have to narrow it down. Because I've done a couple through this journey. I just keep stumbling upon things, and that's why I know this is it. Because I think especially in my life, everything happens for a reason. When I think of, I'm 29 now, when I think of a lot of things that has happened, it's not accidental. It's happened for a reason, whether I was aware of it or not. But it just, whenever I do something, it leads to something, and then everything just works together for good.
It keeps panning out.
Yeah, it keeps. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, since it's a storytelling platform, and I would say, what do you hope to have left behind? I mean, personally, on a more personal level, not on a global level, on a more personal level. What would you like? At what stage does this have to be for you to be like, okay, I am fulfilled? Or is this like, it's not there is no goal, or is this like there is a goal that would make you feel fulfilled?
It's I understand it. I appreciate that question. It's at least 2 things for me.
Okay.
The first one being that I'm consistently like doing this to the point where in the future it actually looks like a network, meaning there's various podcasts under it.
Okay.
Like, because through the years you learn so much. Okay. And then there's people that are just starting that they'll probably be lost and they need guidance. So of course, if they don't want to join a network, you can still give them advice. But for those that want to join the network, we can partner together. So they have access to the equipment and the production and everything like that, so they can use it, and we can also teach them about like things. Okay. So I see it like a collaboration community also. So that'll be one.
Yeah. Before you name your second one, I would like to just because I had a thought immediately.
Okay.
I was like, because you did say there are various types of storytelling. So are you saying this would then go into segments, and there will be several podcasts towards different segments.
Towards different segments. Because this mini biography series right now, it's not an autobiography. I think anyone that's watched an autobiography knows the kind of work that goes into that. You're speaking with multiple people about the same person. It's not, and that could span for like 6 hours or something.
Exactly.
For like just for the result, not for the work that's been done. So I'm calling it a mini biography series because I'm just sitting out with someone and the person is giving us a summary of his or her lives. So we can learn one or two things from this person because everyone has a different. I'm telling people from Nepal, like also from the Philippines. Everything
even
is
cultural differences,
cultural difference,
human perspective.
It's so intriguing. So that's one thing.
Please go. What's the second?
And the second is hopefully I'm also consistent to the point where, because right now it's a journey. I started with no mics. And I had so many problems. And then I went to interview someone one day and it was like, okay, let's go and get a specific type of mic, which we got this one.
Oh.
And it got to the point where I was like, okay, maybe I need another mic. Then I got two. But I found out that I couldn't connect two of them to my laptop. So now I've bought like an adapter that I can connect multiple mics to.
Okay.
And before you know it might go into a sound check. Before you know it could grow into something big. And so for my second point will be where someday.
So you're hoping it spirals into.
Yeah, but that's even still a part of the first point. But for my second point will be someday, 20 years from now or 20 something years from now. My kids.
Yeah.
Especially maybe my daughter, if she's interested, could maybe spearhead into the next generation this.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll just be in the background making sure everything works, like Dave Ramsey or something.
Yeah, so more of like a legacy thing.
Yeah, more of like a legacy thing because I think till eternity, storytelling will be a thing.
Yes.
And if you look at history, from the cavemen, they told the story. The illustrations on the walls and things like that, and went from illustration to writing, to audio. No, from writing even to drawing, or from drawing to writing. There's always a way of telling the story. In the future, even if it's in the metaverse or holograms, there will still be storytelling. So it's forever a thing.
A continuous thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a business plan or anything like that for now. I mean, I have an idea of the possibilities and the opportunities. But for that, you need some form of leverage, and you can leverage the community. Not that I'm saying like you're using the community for profit or anything like that.
Yeah. So you're trying to say you're not naive towards the possibilities.
I'm not naive towards the possibilities, but I'm doing this because I think I've been thinking about this since 2023. So it's this 2026.
Yeah.
So it didn't just happen. I guess I procrastinated for a year. Then 2024, I tried to do a couple things. So I laid some groundwork, like the audiobooks, the deep dive summary of the audiobooks and things like that. They will come out.
Remember.
I
remember that period.
Yeah, exactly. So they will come out either in the summer, 6 months from now, or towards the end of this year.
You know what we could do?
Yeah.
We could at some point, because I have also read some of those books.
Okay.
But maybe my memory is not as as refreshed as
we should talk about it.
Yeah.
So we can actually do something like that.
Maybe you, since you said because it's really interesting about perspective.
Yeah.
So you could tell from your own perspective what you think and I will tell from my own perspective.
Yeah. You know how the universe works. That's why I feel like this wasn't a coincidence. While I was doing the audiobooks, the deep dive summary of the audiobooks, I've done, as I said, it's been a long time. I've done currently 120 of them.
Oh.
So I have them on my Google Drive on the cloud.
Yeah.
My dad was like, Deji, maybe me, you, and your sister should do, we should be talking about books that we've read.
Oh.
I was like, I mean, it's practically the same.
Yeah.
The same thing. So I was like, okay, I guess so I guess we could do this basically.
We could bring Pops in and get some of his knowledge.
So I know Pops, my dad is going to watch this, and He's probably going to say, Shebi, I was telling you guys for like 6 months now, let's do this. And I think it's something we should do. Right? As I said, I'm trying to work at a pace I can handle.
Yeah. That's
At least now I'm going to drop an episode every other Friday. So the second Friday of every month and the last Friday of every month.
So twice a month.
Twice a month, I mean.
Twice a month.
So that's for the mini biography series because that's what I'm kicking it off with.
Okay.
So by the end of the year, I'm going to drop music. I know that sounds strange because I'm like, how did music get into this? It's a way of story. Music is poetry with rhythm, or a story with rhythm. That's music.
So you're getting fancy.
No, it's not fancy. I've always
fancy.
No, you know why? Because it's also a part of me. From a young age, I could sing. I was in the choir.
Yeah.
Things like that. And
from my perspective,
yeah,
saying I'm gonna tell stories with music, it's just flexing.
It's not a flex. It's not a flex because there's things you can do that I can't do also.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's fine. It's well, I feel like this is for now.
Mm-hmm.
Until it grows to be something bigger.
Yeah.
And for now, this is your canvas. Paint it as you want.
Yeah.
So I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're flexing on anybody.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's a flex.
I wouldn't call it a flex. But I get some people who see that it's going to drop music. Who does it think? Is it Burna Boy? I don't know if it's Burna Boy or Fire Boy or whichever kind of boy is there. I'm just doing something I find interesting.
And you
satisfy my curiosity. If that makes any sense.
You've said it on your podcast now. So you can't go back on your music. When is it gonna come?
I'm thinking December of this year.
Okay, they're going to hold
because I've actually made some. I've played you some.
Yeah, you played me something before.
Yeah, because I used to write poetry.
We will hold you accountable.
Yeah, I'm
December. You have to.
As a matter of fact, maybe after a couple episodes that I drop, because it's still a lot of work for me. I still have school that I go to and I work full time also, and like the family and all that. So there's not so much I can do, but I'm going to try to do.
You're studying right now.
Yeah, I'm studying Swedish language.
Is it relate? Okay.
Swedish language.
Are you going to have this in Swedish?
I was thinking about it. There's a friend of ours, Daniel.
Yeah.
Is going to watch this. So Daniel does this thing that Daniel does this
content
creator, but for Finnish.
Yeah.
For the Finnish language.
Yeah,
so I was thinking of something like that for Swedish.
Okay.
But also like to teach a little bit Swedish.
Okay.
But I was thinking of bringing my wife and all into that because of the pronunciation is going to be I can't get the pronunciation or that, but how the course and everything is going to be. I have like a table of content after. But I don't think it's something I can do this year.
So pretty much the same what Daniel does for the Finnish language.
Yeah.
I was taking a thing the same for the Swedish. I'm just creating content. It's quite tricky because there's a lot of things I like to do that is not just about TAFTOBY. So it's like I like to cook. So it's like the cooking and culture is like tied together also. So I was thinking maybe that'll be a different segment also. Well, not this year.
So it's more of like
it's a multi-segment,
yeah, but that's not segments anymore. That's more like a multi-platform.
Yeah, that's why I call it TAFTOBY network, not like not like a TAFTOBY show.
I see. So it's a network that involves all these platforms. And these platforms they have segments.
Yeah.
So it goes from it being a network, having several platforms, then each platforms have several segments. Then segments can then be broken into.
Yeah, because I've been learning, I've been watching videos because when it comes to the music, you can make music. How do you drop the music?
Oh, are you also going to share your journey of making the music?
That's a good one. Maybe I should. But what I didn't mind about the music was after I make it, then I'll make a reaction video with other people.
Yeah, but I know you are looking at it from the perspective of this is what you set on to do. But then I mean,
The journey also.
yeah, because those are entertainment value also.
I'll do that maybe for the second album.
Oh, you're thinking of albums?
Yeah, I'm thinking of albums.
My boy is serious.
An album doesn't need to be 20 songs. It can be 5 songs. It can be an EP.
Oh, okay, all right.
It can be 10
Okay,
songs, 5
okay.
songs.
Okay, what's genre are these songs?
It's Afrofusion. You know, even when it comes to cooking out, I'm always saying Afrofusion. Like some of the ideas I have, because I have the recipe book, my recipe book.
Okay.
So it's like those things also, because I cook almost everything.
Yeah.
So I can.
Yeah. Well, I asked you to introduce yourself. You didn't mention.
I didn't mention about the chef.
I'm a chef.
Okay, so
I'm a songwriter. All of this should. So you don't sound crazy when you start going into the thing.
Okay, so I'll introduce myself.
Because there are several sides to you.
Yeah, there are actually. There's so many sides I didn't want to confuse. Okay, I was saying that you get what I mean.
Yeah, but it's more like not saying it is the cause of confusion in this scenario.
Okay, so I'm a dad, husband, a son, a brother, a friend, and when it comes to education / academics, or hobbies also.
Yeah,
I love music, not just listening to it, but from a young age I used to play some music instruments. And, I also love listening to music, especially there are some songs that I listen to, and there's no words on it. It's just instruments. Some songs that I have on my phone is just the piano
and some folk songs.
Is it that no? You see, do have time. It is something very good. This is somewhere. Don't let's get to the course word. Okay. So I love music. I graduated from Unilag.
Wait. I'm not certain they read this. It might be my headphone. Let's not do this.
So
you might be my headphone.
I just
Unilag
for not so much, just 5 years.
Not so long.
Yeah, just 5 years. I actually like for 5 years. I got a BSc in geology. So not by profession, but by degree. I'm a geoscientist. And I also have a vocational qualification in restaurant and catering services. But it's even funny that before I got that vocational qualification, restaurant and catering service, for short, I'm a chef and I can manage some things also in
the hotel world.
Yeah, the hotel world. Yeah. Before I even started that course here in Finland for 3 years, I was doing that physically and practically for my dad.
Yeah.
He used to run a Listan hotel in Maryland, Lagos, Nigeria. And I was the only chef, so I don't want to know the head chef. I was the only chef cooking for the guests. And I was also going to the market buying things. And also the assistant manager. So I wake up, would that say operations manager?
Yeah.
The operations manager of that makes no sense.
Yeah.
I was the operations manager for the, it wasn't a lot of rooms.
Yeah.
20 rooms, something like that.
Yeah.
It's only like crazy. What was it? 20. Maximum 20 minutes.
It was more when I went.
Yeah,
they renovated the things.
So and making sure that the workers do things, supervising, making sure everything is running smooth. That is the one thinking about the big idea, not to bring money into the hotel. But at least for the most part, circulating the money within. So I did that for a while. Then I came to Finland. Yeah, so I'm just so many other things that are unofficial.
Yeah.
I've started businesses that have failed, but I learned a lot from that too. So I'm just an enthusiast, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. But at least from my perspective, there's more to you. There is the healthy guy. You.
I mean, yeah, I do.
You. Well, since you got married, maybe you.
Romance will give you unhealthy habits.
But because if you're talking about stories, there are stories of how you went from being a bit chubby to being like
fit.
Very.
And now back to chubby.
To being very fit.
But my dad brought the shirt. Like, my dad was laying on my bed.
To being fit in a space of, should I say, not up to a year.
No, you know what's interesting about it's something I should share. You know, I really appreciate your enthusiasm because it's obvious you're curious and you're enthusiastic about this subject. Is that I was thinking that another segment for the show could be just me doing the multiple things I do because there's a mini biography series or that for mini biography series by TAFTOBY or something. I don't know what to call it yet, but
yeah, you need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because this looks like you have to draw a diagram.
Yeah,
And then
but
like, okay, this is
I need to see how the
TAFTOBY network.
what's between.
You need
There's
to break
things
that
about
down.
me. I don't want to have a cooking show separate, a working out show separate. It's like the things about me. I want to
Those are all
in one meal.
yeah.
Me.
So that could be like
I don't know.
that could be like your hobbies.
Yeah, your hobbies.
Yeah,
Or presented of me by TAFTOBY. So that's
you could make it
life with shitabi or something.
yeah, you could make it like Sheeta's hobbies and lifestyle.
Yeah, it could be something.
Hobbies
I'll think of something.
It could be like hobbies
Under
and
me,
lifestyle.
there is me working
Yeah,
out, close to the gym.
Lifestyle encompasses your hobbies. So
Yeah.
it could just be just Sheeta's lifestyle.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring
Something
some
of
of that,
such.
some of the other shit I've into it too.
Yeah, something of such.
It could be something that I've been.
And then you do have an interesting family. You have a sister who plays basketball, and you have a brother who wants to be a fashion designer.
Yeah, there's some and entrepreneurs also.
Yeah,
on one side.
and you have entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it's fine.
So and then you have the book geek. You have a sister.
Yeah, my sister in finance, my older sister.
So
I think Dubai.
if you want to make it a Sheeta's
Yeah,
lifestyle,
I was thinking of something like that. That there will be because to me there's the cooking, there's the working out, when you mentioned the healthy part, I wasn't healthy per se. I was being motivated by a guy. Wasn't the healthy.
Doing that period, that span.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is something about you. You are disciplined.
Well, to an extent.
And doing that short span, you locked in and did something a lot worse.
I was surprised.
I've been talking about.
I was like, you know why I think it worked? Because I had a partner.
Okay.
Or like someone I've been trying to tell to be my partner so we can both lock in. But you know the interesting thing. I won't mention his name, but if I know he's going to watch this, he's a close chef of mine.
Yeah.
So for some reason he had to do some exercise.
Yeah. So he was like, I should accompany him to the gym.
Yeah.
So we tried to challenge ourselves, like, okay, because he knew that I go maybe once a week at that time.
Yeah.
Like 2 years, 2.5,
3
years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
That would you accompany me? I was like, okay, I mean, this will motivate me also.
Yeah.
So I thought he would be like one of those guys that was a bit weak like me in the gym. But bro, this guy was doing stuff, man. And I don't know, it's like
I remember you got the watch and you got everything.
the competitor in me was like, I can't just, because at that time when I started, the maximum I could be on a treadmill was 7 minutes.
Okay. But it wasn't just that. I was home with you. You were eating healthy.
Yeah,
you were eating, like, at some point, I'm like, just eat grass.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I was like,
Now,
just eat grass.
For this year, is something I made up my mind last year, that this year I'm going to go back to that. Do you know why? Because I felt great. Like I was eating carbohydrates. But I wasn't eating a lot of carbohydrates. I was eating carbohydrates. I think maybe 500 grams max. 500 grams of carbohydrates for the whole week.
And something.
And I felt great.
And something else.
And I lost weight.
You seemed happier during that period.
I was.
To be honest.
I was. I won't lie.
To be honest.
I felt light and energetic.
Because you related more with people during that period. And I believe it was during that period you met
even your health is energy, your
you related a lot more with people.
I made up my mind last year that this year I was going to go back into that.
But
so let me finish the story about him so you understand where that came from. So he said medically you cannot eat a lot of carbohydrates. So the less it takes, the better. But if you eat more fiber, so that's like fruits and some things.
So he basically just took his.
So he was
diet
eating
of-
mainly protein and fruit and vegetables and things like that, but less everything else, but less carbohydrate. You can see carbohydrates, but less. So we challenge ourselves that okay, let's not eat any carbohydrate until maybe our chef forces us to eat it because we have to taste the food we make. So that was the only time we had carbohydrate, and it was difficult for the first month.
Yeah.
It was extremely difficult, extremely difficult. But after because I couldn't even sleep properly also.
Oh.
Yeah, that first month it was not easy.
Oh.
But after the next month I felt great, and I lost a lot of weight, and I found out that so the maximum I could run was like 7 minutes. And then after a month, or a month and a half or 2 months, I could run for 1 hour.
That's crazy.
I could run for 1 hour. I could
crazy.
row. You know the row?
Yeah.
I could row for at least 1 hour also.
That's crazy.
I was,
That's crazy.
yeah, I was quite,
You around here you were Superman.
yeah, I was quite active, and I wish to go back to that too.
Yeah. So that's something.
So there's so many parts of me, and that's why the mini biography series also, because there's so many parts to the other individuals too.
Yeah.
No one is like special in that way that you think there's something. Yes, we all have our uniqueness, but still there's a lot we have in common. So I was thinking of doing things, multiple things that included me, but like it doesn't fit into the mini biography series, but it fits someone else.
Style.
And for the cooking part, I was not thinking of just irregular because my mind is fusion.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, how about I break down the processes that you need to think of when it comes to cooking?
Okay.
Because like I didn't know a lot of I knew things, but I didn't understand things
Okay.
till I went to school and they taught us how food works, gastronomy and things like that. That's now, so knowing is different from understanding.
Yeah.
So that's why I think TAFTOBY, Tales from the Ones Before, is like it gives you perspective, and we keep saying perspective because when you get information, probably there's something that goes on subconsciously.
Yeah, and it also depends like from what perspective the information is being given.
The case study also matters.
Different people might give you the same information, but on how they see it, because we filter things differently and we see things differently.
Yeah.
Just like the way we see coconut rice.
Yes. Let's not cook coconut rice. It's not
This guy.
interesting thing. Interesting about coconut rice. Maybe that's why I'm so fixated on not agreeing with your coconut rice.
Yeah.
4 years ago, my dad wanted to reopen the kitchen in his hotel.
Yeah.
Because I left and it got shut down for a bit. And he asked me to put a couple recipes together. So that's only the first time I had to come up with like recipes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do coconut jollof rice. So everything I sent to him that as the things that will be on the menu, I actually made. And I made coconut jollof rice.
Yeah.
And I ended up using like chunks, not just the cream also, but chunks of roasted coconut. And it was very, very good.
But
the texture was perfect and all that.
But wait.
Mm.
In the settings where we made this food
Okay.
is in Finland. Wait. And we called this Afrofusion. Or like Afrofusion.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you my vision towards this rice.
Okay.
Vision might sound like a grand idea, but to me it's that serious as a then.
Okay.
Was like to make it like a risotto. So it's not that, so that it's not that foreign to our then target audience.
Okay.
But still it keeps the flavor of being a coconut rice.
Okay.
In my perspective, that was achieved.
Okay. In your perspective, that was achieved. Perspective is important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because beyond you were the only hater.
Was I?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did you do poll? for your coconut rice.
Because even my sister, who is my biggest critic in this on this earth, she didn't really say much about the coconut rice.
You said it's supposed to be like risotto.
Yeah.
My mind went to, okay, what are the characteristics of a risotto?
Yeah.
It's light, it's creamy, and the rice is cooked to perfection.
Yeah.
It was light,
Mm-hmm.
the one you made.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't creamy, and it was a bit overcooked. So that's why I was criticizing it that way.
Well, wait. It's the coconut cream is different from the what is it called? The coconut cream melts.
Yeah, but it could have been made in such a way. You could have also infused the coconut cream with the broth and also added butter, things like that to make it creamy. But I'm not saying
Those are becoming expensive.
risotto is expensive, for Christ's sake. What do you expect?
Yes, but
It's expensive for a reason.
It's just to give it the what is it called? The feeling of it. I'm not trying to totally recreate risotto as a coconut.
No, but
rice.
you made it as
But-
a reference. So
Yes,
that's why.
yes.
Okay, don't let's confuse. We can talk about this off camera. Don't let's confuse our audience because somebody will be like, "What's risotto?"
Now this is perspective.
Okay. Perspective. Perspective is important for our audience.
Now this is perspective.
Okay.
And this is a perspective that's important to me.
Okay.
Now I'm being selfish.
Okay.
Allow me to be.
So you've been carrying this in mind for like
Yes.
6 months now.
Yes, allow
Okay.
me to be.
Okay.
Allow me to be. Because I feel like you failed to understand that I'm not trying to create risotto.
I can be stubborn that
It's a,
way
it's,
sometimes.
it's, it's a fusion, and it wasn't meant to be perfect. If I was searching for perfection,
Mm-hmm.
I would either have adjusted it to perfection or given up on it.
I get what you mean because it would have been expensive.
Yeah, but I was satisfied with the result because it had the vibe. Maybe the texture wasn't quite there, but then it wasn't resolved.
Maybe that goes back to my obsession of satisfying my curiosity. If it doesn't, in a way, meet my curiosity, it doesn't. But I get what you mean.
Maybe you need to be more open-minded.
Maybe. Honestly, I think I do.
Maybe you need to be more open.
I am open-minded, but I'm slow to change, even though I know it's important. But I try to critique it to see how it's going to affect me.
That's also important because you can't be that quick to change.
Yeah.
Because not all change is right.
Yeah.
Some changes can be wrong.
Yeah.
But
it's also okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
So long you are accountable, not just to yourself, but if there's any other one involved, you're like, okay, I messed up.
Because I also did the thing. I also added the what is it called? Champion. Yeah, because that's also something.
I like that one.
Something you would find in some research.
Yeah, but maybe not whole that way, but chopped. But
yeah,
either way, yeah.
It was more of just a vibe.
Yeah.
I wasn't. You could see I wasn't going for perfection.
Yeah, I could see. Maybe that's where my.
And you were on the point.
Maybe that's where my obsession came. Yeah.
But then, I think I see where that was from because you were the one. You were the main chef during that period. So I understand why you.
For those of you for our audience wondering what we are talking about, we are referring to an idea that Olayinka brought. Here in Finland.
Yeah.
Each municipality, or do you want to explain it for them?
No, you can.
Okay, each municipality they have what they call like that municipality day. Like Vasa is the name of another municipality, and there's something called Vasa Day.
Yeah.
It's not an Independence Day or anything like that. It's just a day that okay, this is to celebrate this municipality.
Yeah, it's just like a festival.
Or it's not even a day. It's like a week.
Yeah,
it's a week.
Because at least in Jakobstad.
Yeah.
Jakobstad, you can search for it online. Jakobstad.
Yeah, so it's called a day maybe because of that particular day of the week, but it's a festive week.
Yeah.
So, but maybe a particular day is the most important thing or something. But but ultimately it's a festive week. So every municipality holds it in their own way. Some people even make it like an adventure to try to visit different municipalities on their day. And what you find also is because it's festive, there's a universal, not universal, there's a municipal agreement between all the restaurants and the hotels and things like that. There's prices that's reduced and everyone just has, it's like a Black Friday, but for the municipality, basically. So it's really, really interesting. So he decided to showcase African food with a twist, so Afrofusion cuisine. Of course, some still remain true in a way to the Finnish or whichever other side it came from, Italy, with some desserts and things like that, and some some mocktails and things like that.
We made general fusion. We made some Spanish meatballs. We made some pasta.
And for special occasion, we also made like the sauce our way. So the stew. And then for the special day Saturday, we made Friday and Saturday.
Those we stood good too. Those were
we made jollof rice, and people loved the jollof rice. I made it for my in-laws, and they love jollof rice.
They did.
So that's
where we took conversation.
But another day, while I'm still going to speak with Olayinka Moses, those things will come up in his mini biography series.
And we can
watch out for that.
So
So we went back to Afrofusion for the music. So it's Afrofusion, but there's is a bit jazzy. It's fusion, so it's like different things involved. There's like some hip hop influence in it. There's like some jazz influence in it, but it's quite unique because the sound, there's a specific instrument that I added to it that made it a bit unique.
So
and it's called
and
it's called a banjo. A banjo is an instrument. It was not developed by the whites. It originated in Africa.
Oh, I thought it was rednecks.
That's what everyone thinks, but it's not from them. It's not from the whites. It's from Africa.
Okay.
But a lot more like a lot of our culture that is exported and it gets lost in translation. But I think there are different adaptations of that. And sometimes when I hear a particular strum or series of sequence of strums, it sounds almost Chinese also, or Asian. But it's still the banjo, so it's like it's just like how you have like the cello and the violin. It's like the same families. Anyways, it's a string instrument anyway. So, but it's quite unique in its sound. It has 4 strings, if I'm not mistaken. And it's quite. If you look up a banjo, you'll see what I'm talking about. So it sounds so unique, and I've not heard anything like that. I surprised myself actually, and I'm difficult. I won't say I'm difficult to please, even though you might disagree when it comes to music. But there's things I'm looking for. But also, I also admit that I don't get too sentimental to ignore that I could also be illogical. This could be a bias. Also, because I'm like excited about it. So that's the reason why I'm going to play for other people, ask them what they think. And basically just make maybe a couple reaction videos out of it. So leading up to the month that is going to come out, maybe I'm going to drop a single. I'm not sounding bougie or anything like that. This is just I'm not even I don't have like high expectations.
We already laid the platform.
But it's just
this is your canvas.
So I'm just trying to and I've made a couple. I asked people. Some people say they don't like this. They don't like this. Some people love Afrobeats. So there's the very first track is Afrobeats.
Still staying on you.
Okay.
So we've spoken about you. You as a family man. But then there is this you that I'm sure you will be shocked.
Okay.
There was a time you made the transition.
Okay,
from dressing, however. Then you started. You started actually dressing up.
But is this the one you witnessed personally in Finland or before?
No, in Finland.
Okay.
Right. When you started dating.
Dating?
Yeah.
I was dressing better before I even started dating.
Was it a bit before? It was between when you got LD and
Yeah, because I started getting LD in 2023, beginning of 2023.
Because then it seems you intentionally started to tweak your fashion.
I wouldn't say I started to. I just had more money, basically.
But from my perspective,
Yeah.
because normally you're that guy with just you have those sneakers.
Yeah.
Your summer was this baggy.
Yeah.
And whatever on top, and then, but then you just started being intentional. You had that what is it called? That one that had the
I forgot what it's called, but basically the strap that you don't need belt for your trousers.
You had those, and even beyond that, you started dressing up and.
Maybe I'll put the pictures also in the post production so the audience can see.
And your fashion changed.
I wouldn't say it changed because it was always there. I didn't just have the means to do that because even if we go back to when we lived in Fumilaya Street back in K2 Lagos, in Nigeria.
Yeah.
On Sundays, where is you put on your Christmas Day attires on Sundays. I tried to. There's this funny picture I have. I'm also going to put it for them to show. I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now it doesn't look so cool, but back then it was cool. I wore like this tie and this shirt, this striped shirt, and I was holding 2 toy phones. It was always there. It's just I did even when I was in university. They described me as the Afro guy with shorts and flip flops. That's basically where I was. But when I was selling shoes, I knew I had to be the model of the shoes also.
Yeah.
So the very first shoe I bought, I was wearing it. And I didn't know it could be a business. I knew it was very cool and it was cheap. I knew students could afford it because I could afford it. I was broke, basically. So if I could afford it, then students could afford it too. So I had to wear, I was going for my internship. So I had to be a bit formal. This was many years ago, almost a decade ago. But I had to dress a bit more formal.
Yeah.
So I saw the shoes. I was like, wow, okay. And they were used shoes, refurbished shoes.
Yeah.
Quite nice and everything. You will know it looks really, really, it's very, very good quality. But it's refurbished, second-hand shoes. So I bought that and I bought a couple clothes, like a bit formal.
Yeah.
And I was also a bit buff. I was gymming with like metal and, now it is gymming with like metal plates and carpets and things like that.
Would you bring back your hair?
My dreads? I'm going to go back on dreads.
Oh.
So for my parents watching, don't get disappointed. I'm going back to dreads. I told a friend of mine to bring a couple things from Nigeria. Oh. He's currently in Nigeria, so he's going to bring like the foam and things like because I tried to get it here. I couldn't.
Let's talk offline. When is this thing coming out? Later.
Okay. Is he already? He's coming, Sha. Okay. He's coming. He will come Sunday. Maybe this weekend or something like that.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, there is that. But at least that's to me, it was a flip from.
Yeah, so it's always been there,
from the Nika
and
guide.
the audience will see because I'll put the pictures there. But
You
when I came, first of all, there wasn't much to work with. I had to just go, and I'm still a bit like that because I don't wear like.
Yeah, but even this you wouldn't wear back then. You would have done this with short knicker and whatever comes on top.
Well,
whatever random thing comes.
It's the summer, so it was the summer.
Even the winter, you had that.
In the house, yes, I have a lot of
every time
shorts in the house that I wear.
And then it was always gray.
Yeah, I didn't like colors that stand out.
It was also grey underwoody and whatever.
Yeah, so even this is ironic because
exactly
back then I was just so reserved.
That's what I mean.
I had to come out of my comfort.
You had one inside wear and one outside wear.
Yeah.
The outside wear is grey hoodie pants and whatever comes on top. The inside wear is knicker and whatever comes on top. Extra large knickers.
Yes. I love baggy.
Those were the two.
I love
and
baggy.
then during that period, you transitioned from that to becoming very stylish, in my opinion.
In my opinion too, I would say, but not to my standard, yes, it's a bit out there.
In my opinion,
Because I don't like to stand out. I like to just blend with my surroundings.
very, very strong.
But I would say the tweaking, the change began when I started selling shoes because I had to speak with people to sell the shoes. I had to literally sell the shoe I was wearing to someone because I was like, okay, this is people are commenting that I look good and the shoe is nice. I was thinking of developing
So
like
it
a
was
business thing.
marketing tool.
Yeah, so I had to be the model for the shoe.
It was in you.
And literally that week, I sold the shoe.
Okay.
I put flip-flops in my bag
So now
and someone sold it. Someone bought it from me. I told my dad that, wow, people are saying this is nice. Do you think he encouraged me to? It's not like a business plan or anything. I just sort of went for it.
So now it's making sense. So that wasn't just like a flip. It was always there. You just maybe didn't pay enough attention.
Yeah, I didn't.
When-
I was too
when
occupied
they
on
that.
other. Yeah, I didn't have
And suddenly
the
you
memory
got
for that. Yeah,
some money and you just
Yeah.
flip the switch. Like,
but now I have. Oh my God, I'm not buying anything again. Yeah,
so you bought a lot of cool stuff.
yeah, and I have to get back in shape because some of those really good pant trousers, those suit trousers, they're getting tight now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I have to get back in shape.
Okay.
Yeah. If you agree to be on this journey with me, maybe a year from now we'll see the results, the before and after.
I'm not agreeing to anything.
Yeah, you're not making any promises, but
But let's see.
yeah, because my gym is just right close to your house. Yeah, it's the same.
Going to the same gym.
Yeah, so we can go.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, there is this aspect of you that's how would I say, that's neither here nor there in terms of you can get excited about things and then you can also be like killjoy about things.
Hmm.
And why I'm bringing that up is because we were disconnected for so long before you then came to Finland, and we didn't have that much of a relationship for years, except when we then reconnected on calls, and then you came, and when you got here, I had a hard time, like, because I couldn't relate to how somebody can be a killjoy 2 minutes before, and then say, "Oh, I thought about it. Maybe it makes sense."
Yeah, my wife complains about that too.
And then sometimes you would be, "Oh, that makes sense," and then 2 minutes later, doesn't make so much sense anymore. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I remember I mentioned to D that I think that's a psychotic behavior when you just came. I mentioned it. I was like, I don't understand.
Do you want me to answer now?
So is that a personality thing? Is it, because I can see this happening with your audience. Or
Okay.
with your guests.
Okay.
I can see your guests talking about something you're like totally on board with it. and then do a 360 in between conversations.
I agree that it was I wouldn't say extreme, but it was people noticed it, so it was quite obvious back then. Now it's a bit chill. I'm going to proceed by answering.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was neither here nor there. Because I couldn't say you're like, as at then, I couldn't say you're like the most, how would I say it, killjoy guy. Because you have the other side. But then also, you're not the most like cheering guy at the same time. It's like, it could be, you don't know what you're going to get. And you could
Yeah.
get this, and 2 minutes later, it's the other. So yeah.
I get what you mean. I'm going to explain that. For the most part, I've always been alone, not lonely, but alone. From boarding school, I started boarding school from the age of 8 going to 9. So from 8 till basically 4 years ago. Yes, I'm surrounded with people, but I've always felt like alone. So it's my choices. My choices get me through.
So self-sufficiency.
Yes, self-sufficiency, and also like motivating yourself and also making mistakes and knowing that you can't blame anyone for the mistakes you make. So you have to be critical of your choices. So when you tell me a couple things and it's like there are some things that are on auto sense or auto spidey tinglings. And immediately, if it doesn't just sound right, immediately as you're saying it, my immediate reaction is to reject it. But even though I've rejected it, I'm still thinking about it. Because I like to be like, okay, yes, I've rejected it, but why? Why did I reject it? I'm not thinking of why to do it. I'm thinking of why did I reject it? Because I was like, okay, why did I really need want to do it? I'm trying to see if maybe am I lazy? If it's something that is, am I lazy or was it because of finance? I'm basically trying to eliminate things to see if it was just an excuse.
Okay.
So if it wraps up to be an excuse, then I challenge myself to do it.
Okay.
Because I've found that making excuses doesn't help anyone.
Okay.
So you just have to do it. And it might not be comfortable, but hopefully you learn something by doing it.
Yeah.
So then I come back and I say, okay, I've thought about it. I'm going to do it. I don't, from a young age where our parents taught us some form of accountability. Like, for example, there's something very specific, but it's in general, but also something quite specific. They would say if you do anything bad, before the end of the day, you have to tell us. Now, they are not there to know if we did something bad or not. And we didn't always tell them. Also, more specifically, like, they'll say, okay, if you did something bad, tell us by the end of the day. And also, if you break glass, now, they gave us the option. They said, tell us, it's better you tell us. But for the breaking of the glass or the dishes, they said you must tell us if you break a dish or a glass before the end of the day. So now, things like that where we know that, okay, we might get in trouble, but we have to tell them anyway. Now, if we get in trouble and they decide to act on it, cool. We did our part. We told. There was no form of deceit or excuse or anything like that. We told as we should. And if we are rewarded for telling the truth, then okay, cool. Either way, we held ourselves accountable. So this is something that has been going on since we're like 3-4 years old. So that's why I tend to always not make excuses. I try. I'm not perfect or anything like that. I just try to be more accountable. And also, there are times where I'm like, yes, maybe that sounds like a good idea. I'm like, okay, but why? Why was that? Why did I say that? Maybe if it was anything tied to money. Okay, did I say it because of greed? If the answer is no, okay, can I pull this thing off? If I say yes or no, I'm like, okay, why? I'm thinking about it. It could take me 24 hours, 48 hours a week.
So it's like
I'm always trying to reassess the decision.
Yeah.
Even back then, maybe if I had a busy week and I've been talking with people, I go back and I read my charts for the week just to see. So I don't know. Now I don't do that because I'm honest. I have a lot on my plate, but I try to reassess my decisions.
It's like you have like a natural reaction to things in terms of like your inbuilt system. Your inbuilt field.
I will even give you a bit of something that happened maybe 2 years ago. You were aware I bought a phone.
Yeah.
2 years ago. But all the while I was like, I don't feel good. But why? Why don't I feel good about buying a phone? Then I was like, I have a phone that works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Why did I buy a new phone?
Yeah.
And I went back to return it. So it's like, things like that. Yeah. I always try to reassess my decision.
Yeah. Okay. Because,
but of course, when you don't explain things to people, then they take it. That's why perspective. Life is
Yeah.
and that's why even down to some artists that I like Kendrick. I like Kendrick. You don't like Kendrick that much. His music reflects some of these things. So I'm like, okay, I actually like what he said. I don't agree with everything he says, but more so, some of the things he says, I'm like, that's actually a word of wisdom.
Yeah.
That's a wow.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's you like what you like.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like TAFTOBY, which is I know I always have to say because people are like, what the hell is TAFTOBY? Tales from the ones before you, and as it literally says, information is power.
Yeah.
Someone could have gone through something. You're trying to compress.
Yeah, even this part of you. I'm sure there are a lot of people you relate to, and they don't even know where that aspect of you is from.
Yeah.
And you might be surprised someone from 10 years ago that has had maybe a serious encounter with you on something like that. Maybe you said yes and no on between 2 minutes, and you're like,
yeah.
boy.
That's why I also don't.
Maybe they will see this and then they will get an idea.
I also have a bad behavior because I tend to also try to understand this person's perspective, even though they have not told me anything. So sometimes I even make excuses for people.
Oh.
So it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. That's like for the most part, I keep people quite far because when someone tells me something, someone that is close, I tend to believe them because I don't lie. And it's not intentionally anyway. So I tend to. So there's also a gullible nature also to me.
Towards
that makes sense.
Towards how you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's then what triggers the auto defense because
maybe
because you can't be trustworthy and naive.
Yeah. So I always exactly. So I always try to.
So it then makes sense that if you're that trustworthy, there have to be a balance.
Yeah.
And that balance is the automatic defense that says no. That says.
So everyone wants to learn something in their own way. Not every information is good information to some people. Not every information is necessary to some people, but some are. So when you hear tales from, if you are thinking of going to business, okay, here's a business person I'm speaking with. He has his own idea of things. It doesn't need to be something specific as finance or maybe a specialized skill like maybe a doctor, anything like that. It's general because I'm also trying to make it another segment.
Yeah.
Like just about business with people actually in that field of whatever it is.
Yeah.
So people that are coming after, because this is a tale from the ones before you, they have the experience, they have the wisdom to give. So there's a lot to learn, not just for me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm talking to a doctor, for example, now, maybe I'll learn a thing or two about like things that are useful to me and how to be more healthy and things like that. But still, there's an actual student out there that wants to be a doctor, or someone hoping to be something. So it could be quite something for that person.
Yeah. And also, this we would have to talk about another time.
Okay.
I would like to speak to you about role models and mentorship.
Okay.
But we can reserve that part for another time.
Okay, and we will, for the most part, I don't really. We will talk about it more in depth another time.
Yeah.
But currently the only person I can think of is my dad.
Yeah. I know that was
because I know yes, you can read books about people. Like I said, I've listened to audiobooks about some people, but you don't know their flaws.
Yeah.
Or you don't know all their flaws, so you can't really say, okay, I want to be like this person when you don't know.
You have to also think about it because you've gone and acquired skills of various kinds. You've gone and became a chef.
Yeah.
Because I know you were not the most inspired to become a chef.
No.
Someone must have lit up that fire.
Yeah, someone.
Did I?
I mean, you're the one that introduced me to this world anyway.
No, but I mean someone in the kitchen must have.
Actually, I actually interviewed him last week.
Exactly. That's my point.
You introduced me to the stove, but someone was actually the fire.
Exactly.
Someone gassed it up. Yeah.
Someone must have lit the fire.
I interviewed him last week, and I gave him his flowers.
Exactly.
And he thought maybe I was what do you say? I thought maybe it was flattering. I was like, no, I actually appreciate the things you did.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Someone must have.
So even Tales from once for you is like, so this literally happened in my very first. No, you're my very first interview, but it didn't. A lot of malfunction is.
Yeah.
Even where we are today, from when we started, oh my goodness,
So we've done this before.
yeah, we've done this before, and we ended up realizing 2 hours in that it wasn't recorded.
Yeah. But
It's one of those things you learn the hard way. Yeah. So after you, the next person that I interviewed, my very good friend, the one in Nigeria currently.
Yeah.
I listened to his story and I was impressed. I was like, wow. I've known him for a while, but I didn't know this side of him. And even he also, when he recounted his story, there's things he has forgotten. And you remember. So you also get to count your blessings in some ways when you look back, because sometimes we are so preoccupied with where we are right now.
The present.
Yeah.
And even the future.
Yeah, and also the future, that we don't appreciate where we've come from and the steps we've taken to get to where we are today.
Yeah.
So I really love it when I see that in people and they're like, wow, I actually remember this that I've come so far.
Because even like speaking of mentorship, someone taught you to be disciplined with money. You know. You're one of the most disciplined financially.
That is not a very high bar, because I've made mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Even sometimes I think it's for like a noble cause, and then I find out that, okay, no.
Well, if I'm to be the filter in this, because I think I have an idea of some of the things you seem to be
alluding to
as mistakes. From my own perspective, that's just life happening. You are not just used to decisions going wrong.
I'm quite used to
right decisions going wrong.
True. Because sometimes I think, okay, I've thought about this. It's supposed to go like this. And then all of a sudden they just happens.
Right decisions.
Life happens.
Right decisions do go wrong.
Yeah. True.
And this is where I will maybe criticize you a bit. You always expect your perfect plan to go perfectly.
Yes and no.
Well, at least finance-wise.
At least I'm a bit more flexible. That's why I came up with the because you all need to know yourself, I guess, and know your flaws in a way, and try to. So that's why my own idea of the balance, where it came. So now I'm a bit chill. I guess I have to go through a couple things to find what I call the balance. So I look for the balance, not just in myself, but in everyone. So I try to adjust where the balance is, but I'll never ever, don't let me say I'll never, but there's times where it tips towards the extreme and I'm like, okay, this is not balancing well enough.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. But I try to find the balance in everything.
Okay, here is my example. There is a mod. There is like a mod space.
Okay.
Yeah. And it goes deeper the more you step in.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say they lay the waste with maybe some flattering things, pieces of coin, whatever.
Okay.
You can't like, from perspective of someone who is maybe elbow deep and you are just taking 2 steps into the mud.
Mm-hmm.
And you taking 2 steps into the mud and being like, oh, this is such a bad decision. Someone who is like elbow deep is like,
like, help me. Yeah, I get what you mean.
So maybe that's why sometimes I don't understand you, and I'm not because.
No, I'm still trying to. I understand exactly what you mean.
But I also don't look it from your perspective. I look it from there are few friends like that, and lots of people like speak to me. I will tell you, you make the least worst decision of everyone, and still you are so critical when it goes slightly bad.
Yeah,
And sometimes it can go extremely bad.
Yeah,
But life happens, and sometimes it's an actual mistake.
Yeah, when I started this keeping the balance thing was actually 3.5 years ago or 3 years ago. No, actually 4 years ago. Because I've been in Finland for that long now. For at least 4 years. If not going on 5. 5 years. I've been in Finland for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think
So a classmate of mine, we were cooking. Well, that was the first time we got into Silveria. So for those of you listening that don't know much about Vasa or Finland, Silveria is a restaurant that is owned by the catering the vocational school.
Owned restaurant.
Yeah, it's a school-owned restaurant in Vasa. So Silveria, when you get to mid 6 months after your initial when you begin training, you start Silveria. You start working in a proper kitchen, but owned by the school, so it's a controlled environment. But still, chaos can happen. So I was, there's students, they understand that students make mistakes and things like that. But I was already trying to be so like perfect and trying to follow the recipe to the T, get things right, like serve right and things like that. And a now friend of mine, Christian, I know he's definitely going to watch this. He was like, Ayo, why are you so hard on yourself?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, this, look at everyone, like they're just chilling. You're focusing too much on the details. No one expects you to be good at this. We all know nothing in a way. Like we are all new to this. So I was like, then I actually thought about like, he's right. I think I need to always not to be too lax, to be lazy, but not be too hard on myself that even when I do something good, I'm like, always like, no, it's not good enough. I know there are it drives some people and they become extraordinary folks, I guess. Or sometimes it ruins them. But I try to find where the balance is.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be the judge of your decisions. But I can say from my own perspective, even the so-called things maybe we've spoken about and you've seen as maybe like bad decisions or like bad financial decisions, to me they are like another Tuesday.
Yeah, life is.
But then, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, life is
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you should be lax about them.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you are not doing as bad as you think you are.
Yeah, I realize.
Like.
And we don't want to make this about
in terms of
maybe
financial
or anything like that.
Yeah, this is.
It also relates to some of other things he knows about life in general.
Yeah.
So
we were saying something that led to this.
But how about I ask you a couple questions? Now you were there from the beginning of this journey.
Yeah.
This mic didn't exist in our first. So in a way, little by little, we are getting there.
Yeah.
But as someone who is here right now, what do you think of TAFTOBY as a network or as an ideology or as a plan? What do you think as a network, and what is your general view of TAFTOBY?
Well, to me, because like I told you, I was trying to see it from my own lens before asking you, and then I feel this will always be what you want it to be, and then maybe taking whatever ideologies that
Mhm.
fits in. So to me, it's more of like a like a like a stepping stone to a bigger thing. That's how I see this. Uh I'm just saying from how
Mhm.
because I think when you start having dialogues with people and uh, exchanging ideas,
Yep.
people start being committed to the idea.
Mm.
Because there would be people who would be like, oh, this is fun, let's do this again. Oh, this is fun, or this is, it might not even be about fun. It might be, this is educative. This is, and then from there, I feel bigger things will spring up, which will then decide where this goes.
Mm.
I think your vision might not be the end of it.
Yeah, that's why I say is a community, is like a collaborative effort also to an extent. Maybe a guest might suggest something that be like, oh wow, okay, I didn't think about it that
Yeah,
way.
so that's more of how I see it. I see it as a brilliant structure that's going to give birth to things beyond our thoughts right now.
I appreciate that.
So that's my like true thoughts of this.
Like, do you have any advice for me, one, and for the audience also?
For you, I would say stay true to yourself while being accommodative.
Okay.
Don't over accommodate, but don't uh, uh, because it's not a place where you are self-sufficient. So don't bring your self-sufficiency into here.
Yes, but
Why not also over accommodate?
yeah, of course.
It's more of like the balance thing you
Yeah,
were saying.
keeping the balance. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like we're Africans.
Yeah.
And especially Nigerians. I can see a situation where if someone else can come up with an idea like, oh, maybe this should go this other way. Maybe we should. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we can collaborate. But then maybe it doesn't then align with you as a person or
Yeah.
with your general vision.
Yeah. I'm going to try
And
as much as possible to keep it true to the purpose and the positioning of
and then
the brand.
and then also to the to whoever is gonna show up. Let's everybody be like, let's self-respect each other. Respect yourself and hopefully
To the guests,
yeah. Everybody should
and to the audience also.
Everybody should be respectful.
Yeah.
Let's keep it respectful. Why? Because one of the downfall of such communities is it might then become a place where somebody starts dissing another. It might become a place where somebody starts dissing the home country. It might become a place where someone from the home country starts dissing the diasporas.
Yeah, but that's a tricky balance also.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in a way, it could be maybe not decent, but maybe someone saying something. Okay, I don't like this about this.
No, you can.
It could be part of the person's story and the person's
you're not
experience.
limiting people.
Yeah.
It's not about limiting people, but it's also like, okay, there's a great example right now. See the Anthony Joshua event.
Yeah.
There are people who are just talking shit about back.
Yeah.
Like Nigeria is this.
Yeah. From, the US went back and that happened.
While you were in Nigeria,
yeah,
if accidents happen, you know exactly how to get to the hospital. You call a taxi, and if it's a place where you can access whatever it is, an ambulance, you know how to like reach out to the ambulance. You know who to call. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People in Nigeria know how the country works.
Yeah.
You can't be an outsider who doesn't know how the country works and say, oh, this country don't work. We're not saying that it works right. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But for those who are there, they know exactly what to do, what the protocol is.
Yeah. But still, I understand.
And if you're going to criticize the government,
Not the country.
But it's not like the whole country is shithole, Nigeria is shithole, this and that. My family is still there. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you should paint over it, but I lived in that country. I went through several things. My sister had an accident. And we got to the hospital because we know how it works.
Yeah.
It's not like that because of one celebrity's accident. So
the fact that a platform has been given doesn't mean you use the opportunity to just you have to keep it respectful, keep the balance.
You can share your story.
Yeah.
Even if you're gonna reference you can be like, oh, see what happened. That wasn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
But that shouldn't be like, now that's the representation of the whole country.
Okay.
Or for like ruining the image of the whole country.
Okay.
And you, especially you who is looking to like entertain people from different regions. A Bangladeshi guy can
education, entertain.
A Bangladesh, but you're willing to let them come on your platform.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ideas.
Yeah.
And so a Bangladeshi guy can come on this Pakistan without you knowing what's going on between them.
Maybe you just gave me another idea. I could also, at the intro of the video or the interview, say, okay, the thoughts and, something of the guest does not necessarily reflect like the brand of the network and, things like that. That it's just,
You don't know what's happening in Bangladesh.
Yeah, I see it in some podcasts. They do some things like, even like, what do you call this person? Joe Budden podcast. There's like a notice and things like that. So it's like a disclaimer.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from because.
But I don't think I would also. It's also tricky trying to keep the balance where you are trying to edit. Some of the things being said, it will just make the length of the video too much. And it's not extremely necessary to the storyline. So even the editing, you maybe have to remove a couple seconds here and there, and also like mistakes have been made. You have to reshoot, things like that.
But those are things you would.
Yeah, I will learn. It's a learning process.
But my big point is not to make the mistake of overindulging certain.
It's a learning process.
Because somebody can come and be emotional, and you would feel bad for them. And then later you learn, okay, that's not the whole idea of that country. That's not the whole idea of that.
I understand what you're saying.
And then, of course, you can always an apology video.
Yeah, that's it.
I hope you won't be doing so many times soon.
That's it. I'm not the kind of person that, because some people, they would rather go viral in that way than apologize and all, but I don't think I would want that kind of thing.
So that's what I mean by like everybody to be respectful.
Yeah. And this thing of information and nurture and culture and cultivation, it's like it all ties in together, because it doesn't matter where you are. You also have to remember where you're from. Not necessarily because you don't want to live according to a new culture, like immigrants, for example. We're in this place. We're in Finland. The Finnish people have their culture. The Swedish people have their culture. The Norwegians have their culture. I wouldn't quite say it's similar because I'm still new, so to me it might look similar, but to them they might have a distinct. But I mean, I've been living according to a particular culture almost all my life now, so I'm quite still fully immersed in my culture. Of course, I don't eat as much spicy food anymore. Maybe I'm gradually changing. But I don't mind learning from people, and I think that should also serve as a plea also to our guests and also to the audience. We are on a journey. We are not perfect. We are trying to, as I say, keep the balance.
Yeah.
Nothing is perfect. Nothing about this interview makes us seem like we are perfect.
Yeah.
But also we've lived to an extent. We have a couple experiences to share. So, a 16-year-old can share something, and maybe for legal purpose, an 18-year-old can share something, and that's his or her lived experience.
Yeah.
And we can also learn a thing or two from that. So everyone's struggle, we shouldn't downplay it because maybe we see them in a different way.
Yeah.
It was real for them.
Yeah.
And we can learn from that. So whether someone is happy, we should learn from that. Whether someone is sad, we should learn from that. And I always encourage my guests not to just share their triumph. They can also share, some of the things that led up to that, because everyone has had failures in their life too.
Yeah.
And how they overcame that, and things like that. And let me use this time because you see subsequent videos that come out, and you might notice that the camera quality in this is better than the other ones. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Today I bought a new camera.
Yeah.
It's just a portable web camera, but it's HD quality.
Yeah.
So this might be a bit crispier than the previous one. But I'm learning, and this is quite new for me. I'll make a lot of mistakes, and I hope you guys will also be patient enough and understand that with time. I'm using this 2026 to learn.
Yeah.
Not to waste your time or anything. I'm here for you guys, as you guys are here for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do my best to learn as fast as possible, to learn as much as possible, and keep the balance also, because I have my personal life and everything. So for that reason, I'm going to be dropping every other Friday. Why Friday? I don't know. Maybe because people are easing into the weekend, so maybe they will have more time to watch the video. Why every other Friday? Why not every Friday? It's because I want to at least, first of all, set a pace that I know I'll be consistent with. So dropping twice a month, a minimum of 24 videos in a year. That will help me keep the pace. And then from 2027, if I see, okay, I actually know a lot more. I know how to schedule more, because believe it or not, different people have various schedules, and it's difficult to fit into, because you also have your own.
Should I tell you one?
Yeah, what?
How about next year?
What's happening next year?
Okay, this is one of those.
Co-host?
I know I would be one of those.
That what?
Anyways, how about next year?
Okay.
You make a video from as many festivals as you can.
Festivals?
Yeah, in Finland. Because that's introducing people to the life in Finland.
Yeah.
Because people are like, there's no life in Finland. There's no this. That's just something I would gladly come with you.
I mean, yeah, we can do.
Because there's several. We spoke of festivals, and there are several of those.
Yeah.
In each cities, and then we maybe us to Bosnia.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, everything is so broad that with time we'll.
And that's a story itself.
Yeah, and I don't know where this will go, right? But hopefully, those of you watching today, if we are still here 10 years from now, hopefully we'll still be doing this.
Yeah.
And you are going to appreciate the journey, I'm sure. I've done interviews already, and there's things I know now that I didn't know then. So it's like it's a gradual learn experience, right? And sometimes the camera died, so I had to just make it strictly audio. But I want my audience to also see something. So that's when the idea of going on the bus and recording the windscreen. I only have 1 hour footage now or something like that. So maybe I was thinking of walking around and also capturing footage, but the weather just made the phone just turn off. So that didn't work out. That didn't work out so much. But I'm learning, and I encourage you to share, to comment. If you notice something that maybe you're a videographer and you see this, you'll be like, okay, no, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Things like that, and just share. Just open source your knowledge, and then we collaborate. Because hopefully, in the future, what I'm hoping this will become is as a network.
Yeah.
We have me and maybe whoever. If I'm buoyant enough for that the channel is doing well, I'll of course reinvest everything back in, and maybe I'll hire a videographer to do some things. Because now it's like online, so you can ask someone from anyone. It doesn't need to be in Finland. It could be in back home in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because I've reconnected with some guys and things like that. But also, maybe someone wants to start a podcast. Because everything is about storytelling. So TAFTOBY is, in a way, it's almost encompasses it's like a Netflix of everything. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So we could also be like a production company for people to tell stories. And even as a book club on its own, there's things that could happen there. I know a classmate of mine, he writes poetry. Another classmate writes books. He has a couple books he has written and authored. And he still sells them on Amazon. If he's willing to come on the show, we can also and things like that. I know someone that I don't know, but I heard of this actress. She used to act, now not so much anymore. It's like once you become a billionaire, you don't act anymore. But I'm not saying this about like the money or anything like that. I'm just saying it as like a reference.
Yeah.
So she used to act, and then she started a book club.
Oh.
So now you might be thinking, okay, how did she become a billionaire by starting a book club? I mean, first of all, there's obvious tickets, or maybe like a gathering, and people pay to be in attendance, or maybe people come for free, just depending on what the case study is. And then new authors, or maybe lesser known authors that they have books, they come on. It's not a podcast. It's something that's offline.
Yeah.
An actual physical event.
Yeah, they come physically.
They read. They do the book reading.
Yeah.
They do the book reading, and at the end of everything, the ones that do very well, she gets the movie rights to those books, and then she produces them or sells them to like one of the studio. Listen, and then they give her like a deal. They also make sure that the author
as well.
And then of course it went on like that. So she didn't even need to act anymore. She just kept getting these book deals, movie rights to these books. And the author is happy. She's also happy. Newer, lesser known acts that are coming up are also, okay, this person, this. And she just became a billionaire. So it's like you see potential in each segment.
Yeah.
But regardless, you have to start anyway.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because of the money or anything like that. If you feel it is a hobby you need to do. Because I don't, even back to the thing I mentioned about Marquis. He's a tech review guy. Did 10 years ago or so, they didn't know he was going to make money.
Yeah, it was just explain gadgets.
It was a passion and things he just thought to do.
Yeah.
So, and I still see the love he has for doing what he does.
And now it's tech, it's like, explain, like,
and now it's technology. So it has always been a tech.
Yeah, but now it's like,
so no one said, exactly. No one said it only needs to be phones.
Yeah, now
Cars
it's like
also.
supercars.
Yes, even gigafactories and things like that. So
Nice.
So that's how storytelling could, as I said, it could come in form of music. It could come in form of writing a book or cooking, something that tells the story.
Yeah.
So I know it sounds very broad. Hopefully I'm going to narrow it, but you might be wondering, who is this for? As I've said before, it's for those that are curious.
Yeah.
Those that want to learn, and those that are just enthusiasts.
Yeah. Enthusiastic.
So welcome on this journey, and don't forget to like, to subscribe.
And
Our social media handle is TAFTOBY_network. So TAFTOBY network.
Yeah.
On Twitter, the same. Instagram, Facebook, I'm the same. And also, this is going to be released not just on YouTube. So in case some of you don't have the premium version of YouTube, of course, we are a new channel, so there won't be any ads or anything like that. Maybe if they have a premium version of Spotify or Amazon Music, we're also going to be available
on Discord.
I'm not yet on Discord. Okay. That's something I want to just start first, and later on I'll check that out also. But for now, we are going to
Discord, Twitch.
Yeah. And streaming also. If you go to the gym, and if we decide to go to the gym, we can stream it and everything like that, and tell our story. And so you can find us YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, even Amazon also. So iPodcast and Amazon Music, you can find us there. And I'm hoping the third, there was 3 goals or success points. There was 2 I mentioned. The third one would be, hopefully when we become veterans in this game, we've gone through the fire, we've gone through the process, our lived experience tells us the things we can do to make it easier for those that are coming after us. This networking business and this network and this media business. We could then, I don't want to make it seem like I'm a record label or anything like that.
No.
But it could be a partnership where, okay, you are new. Do you want to partner with us if you have an incredible story or an incredible segment or an incredible podcast, just as it is done on TV or done on radio?
Yeah.
And then we can onboard you. You can.
Like if we find someone who was like a super nutritionist.
Yeah.
We could have like a segment on nutrition. And like
True that.
Just
Same with even the Swedish, because I know my accent won't do justice enough for that. So because I told my teacher that, why are you not doing like a course or something on this thing? Everybody has their own thing, I guess. So it's I don't know how far this will go, but I guess you guys would be curious to see. So just tune in every 2 weeks and you'll find out soon enough.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for your time and we wish you adieu.